Good to be with you today. Just one big announcement. Well, let's make it a couple. Our pork loin dinner this Sunday. Make sure you remember what you signed up for. If you had pies, bring them by. Where you signed up to work. We appreciate all the help that you do, but we do have an expectation you'll be here. Also, for lunch, you can go to the Alden United Methodist Church, get your handballs. You don't have to cook that day. And Barnabas House is having an open house from 1 to 3 with Brian Herring. So we continue in our Be Just, Be Kind, Be Humble series. We continue to be in the Gospel of Mark. This week we continue to be in the 10th chapter of Mark. And it's an interesting story. Generally, we generally refer to this story as the rich young ruler. And I wish we wouldn't. There is no gospel that calls this man rich, young, and a ruler. The Gospel of Matthew calls him young. The Gospel of Luke calls him rich and a ruler. And here's the important thing. In the Gospel of Mark, there is no description of this person. And I think that's important to know. Right? Let's not mix our Gospels. The Gospels tell us what they want to tell us. If Mark wanted to tell us this was a rich young ruler, he would have told us it was a rich young ruler. In the Gospel of Mark, this is simply just a guy, a regular guy. And you might remember this regular guy goes to Jesus, asks him, how might I have eternal life? And Jesus says, well, have you lived out the commandments? Yes, I've lived out the commandments. There's only one more thing that you need to do. Sell all your possessions, give all your things away, and follow me. Right? And this guy doesn't want to do that. Right? This guy is regular. He's like you and I, right? The other story, we could say, well, I'm not young, so I'm not him. I'm not rich, so I'm not him. I'm not a ruler, so I'm not him. I don't have to pay attention. Here in Mark, you need to pay attention. Jesus is inviting this man, this person, to take a deeper step in his relationship with God. But he's reluctant to do so because that means he has to leave something behind. And that happens with all of us. As we want to have a deeper relationship with Christ, with God, we need to leave some things behind. And that could be things, it could be possessions, it could be money, it could be beliefs and understanding. It could be opinions that we have that we need to leave behind in order to be a deeper follower. Right? That next step forward is always a hard step. That next step towards a deeper relationship, that next step towards a deeper understanding, it's always a hard step to take because it means we leave something behind. What is it? Right? What is it that keeps you from being all that you could be for God? Right? Is it a thing? Is it an opinion? Is it a thought? Is it a belief? Right? But here's also to remember. Those things that we can't leave behind also control our lives. We will only be free once we give it away. Okay? So what do you need to get rid of? Well, I hope to see you this weekend. Hope to see you at the pork dinner.